Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing fantastic and that you're all having an amazing day. Welcome back to another News I Missed, where I go over news I missed. Yes, it's that time again. I am away, I'm traveling, but there will still be videos even while I am away to help out the algorithm. If you could, everyone, write what your favorite altcoin is in the description below. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. A new Layer 3 prototype aimed at further solving Ethereum scalability issues is set to be deployed for testing as soon as Q1 of next year. ZK Sync, that is ZK and then SYN Sync, a provider of zero-knowledge blockchain solutions, on the 10th of October, announced it is aiming to deploy a new Ethereum virtual machine compatible Layer 3 long sentence. Ethereum virtual machine compatible Layer 3 prototype called Pathfinder on a testnet early next year. ZK Sync is an Layer 2 Ethereum scaling solution designed to bring down network usage costs. It launched a 1.0 version back in June of 2020. Wow, that's a while ago. And is now gearing up for the launch of ZK Sync 2.0 later on this month. In its most recent blog post, the team explained that the Layer 3 Pathfinder will be a prototype demonstrating a ZK rollup as a fractional hyperchain in Layer 3. Well, that makes a lot of sense to everyone out there. It will use recursive scaling. It will serve as the foundation for public experimentation, research, and development of Layer 3. This follows very closely. What was the other news that we just had? We had news no more than a week ago. There's another, oh gosh, I can see the name. Mython, Hypathon. There's some other, Shanghai. I was way off, but I got there. I still got there. So now appears to be the time where all the other upgrades actually happen for Ethereum. We were told back in the long ago that when we finally had the merge, that this would lay the groundwork or the framework for every other update that would eventually then be coming to Ethereum. And there are a couple of them. The most important ones that people really care about is the actual cost of using the network. How much are transaction fees? How many transactions per second? How many other things are also taking place in the background? So now we're getting the first drips of all these things beginning to be announced. I believe the one we were talking about before for Shanghai, I think that's meant to be implemented by this time next year. I forgot its exact purpose because they keep using super crazy sentences like prototype demonstrating a ZK rollup as a fractional hyperchain in Layer 3. And it's okay, well, that sounds fun. I just hope I make money from it. And now also we have this one as well called Pathfinder. So I assume we're going to keep getting news like this as time goes on, logically, because I am sure that I'm not the only one who's waiting for these the mythical 100,000 transactions per second. I mean, we do have other layers which are kind of taking the slack away from a lot of these things, or we have Polygon and what have you, but yeah. That's the Ethereum's next upgrade, or one of the other upgrades. I think we're supposed to get multiple next year. I think from what we heard before earlier this year is that by 2025, correct me if I am incorrect, but I think that's what it's supposed to be, we should have the full rollout of Ethereum 2.0, at which point, let's take a guess here. They're probably going to start talking about Ethereum 3.0. I don't know. It just sounds like what's going to happen. That's the Ethereum Pathfinder upgrade testnet starting early next year, Q1 2023 news. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the news, payment giant Visa has partnered up with the global exchange FTX, and will now be offering debit cards in 40 different countries, focusing on Latin America, Asia, and Europe. Cards are already available in the United States and tied to users' FTX accounts. The main selling point of the new cards is the ability to sell assets without going through a painful conversion process, usually followed by high fees. Ironically enough, the high fees that Visa and MasterCard are allegedly charging. I have a lot of friends who have stores or have whatever. And then for some reason, like whenever you talk to them about like, the card machines, if you ever get to that discussion with your friends, hey, dude, do you have a card machine? Sure, we do. Apparently, they have very high fees. So I find a lot of this, even when you hear about other companies who are talking about like getting into the cryptocurrency, it's so weird. Talking about getting into the cryptocurrency space or how they're entering it because of, they see the dollar signs in their eyes, but they always go, yeah, it's such a difficult process to deal with all this stuff and the fees are crazy. So we're looking to pass on our savings and it's like, it's you. You were the one who were charging the high fees. And now that you realize that people can transfer crypto for like 1 cent or free on many different blockchains, now they're like, oh, now we can pass that savings on to. Without moving assets off an exchange, investors will not pay an additional fee and go through the process of waiting for transactions to happen. Well, isn't that great for all of them? The move made by the payment giant seemed unusual. Nope, not at all. Considering existing market conditions, this is the 13,000th time this has happened. I'm not sure where people are getting this idea from that you don't enter a market when prices are down. Like, you don't always hear about people only entering crypto when prices are high. It doesn't make any sense because no one can time the actual top and or bottom of the market or how high the market's going to go. You make sure that you announce all of this stuff when prices are down, when things are low, because that's when it's easier for them to accumulate cryptocurrencies and also buy up these companies. It just makes a lot of logical sense. So of course they would be doing this as the price is lower, because if it was higher, then it wouldn't make a lot of, you would get the initial hype bump, but then everyone else would kind of fall out of it. So they have time, at least a couple of months, for people to figure out that this is a thing, get into it, and then use their services more when the market begins to pump. So this is not surprising that they're doing this during these market conditions. You buy the dip, you build during the dip, you accumulate on the dip, and that's how big money is made. And also, it's Visa. We've been talking about Visa for years now. We had news last week as well about MasterCard. MasterCard also was like, hey guys, we're also going to be into crypto now full time. I know, surprise, because they've also been into it for a couple of years as well. No, this is no surprise. I'm shocked that this wasn't bigger news, if anything. So Visa and MasterCard are definitely into crypto. I wonder, hear me out here, we've heard the rumblings of them both being into crypto for almost at least 4 years at this point. I would be hard-pressed to believe that Visa and MasterCard are so deep into crypto and offering all these services and how they're talking about this is going to be the new payment method for the world and that they don't own any crypto themselves. I always wonder. And I mean, listen, there are many different Cayman Islands and different shell companies that exist out there. So I do wonder, what's happening with all the money. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, that's the Visa has partnered with global exchange FTX and is going to be offering Visa cards in 40 different countries. It says Latin America, Asia, and Europe. So I guess we can sprinkle those countries together and roughly come up with 40 countries. That sounds correct. I'm sure someone out there is like, no. Like you're missing 4 countries, but it sounds correct. Anyway, that's it does though. That's the Visa news. And yeah. Let's move on. Also in the news, according to a recent report by TechCrunch, the vice president of product at OpenC, Shiva Rajaraman, believes that multi-chain is the future of Web3, and the company always aims to offer the best selection and connect people with projects and creators across the chains they prefer. Okay, that's very diplomatic of him. Along with current platforms like NF Trade, or I assume that's supposed to be NFT Raid, and other Avalanche-focused NFT marketplaces like JPEGs and Kalau, OpenC will be functioning on the Avalanche blockchain. OpenC customers will be able to complete NFT transactions with Avalanche in less than a second and pay minimal transaction costs according to the company. Okay, well, I guess this is a little bit making more sense as to why Avalanche was moving up last week. But I mean, first of all, this came out like a couple of days ago. So it's kind of weird that in general, I don't know. Remember, I always say like something really weird is happening if a coin isn't in the news at all and then the price ends up moving up. It's usually my opinion. Because historically, we see that prices go up and usually someone behind the scenes usually maybe potentially knows that something is going to happen to the coin and they end up buying the coin before everybody else ends up buying the coin as well. That's how it usually ends up happening. About 10 Avalanche-based projects will be introduced on OpenC initially, and more will follow. Ava Labs president John Wu commented on the recent development by stating, we listen to our, and it's not that they don't. Okay, I'll shut up. He said, we listen to our community. And part of our community really wanted to have OpenC. Oh, okay, gotcha. We have a budding and vibrant creator and NFT community, and they wanted OpenC as a choice. I just always kind of cringe whenever I read stuff like this. It's kind of the same exact, well, we're the one charging the high fees, but now we're going to lower our fees. Or like whenever like the banks are talking about getting into crypto. We just really want to help our customers. We see that, things are really slow. It takes days to send money around the world. And it's like, it's you. You were the reason why it took days and weeks to send money around the world. It was your old system. So cool. This is now the sixth, seventh chain that OpenC has. OpenC has a lot of chains on their platform. This is why I think I'm pretty sure that they're the number one NFT platform in the world. I think I even saw a video like somewhere on YouTube, like it wasn't showing their team. I think it was showing like what they do, but like it was a huge conference. They have like hundreds of people who they've hired. It's a little bit intense. I know a lot of people like Avalanche. At least that's the story that I keep hearing. Everyone keeps screaming different coins at me and I don't know what's happening anymore. So cool. We had Polygon news a couple of weeks ago. I think they also OpenC listed Solana about a month or two ago on their platform as well. Now we have Avalanche. I assume the original point is going to be to have about 50 different chains. Every single coin will be on the platform as a payment option. It just takes a little bit more time. So yeah, that's the OpenC. Now has Avalanche NFT capabilities on their platform. Just seems logical. If it's popular, they're going to list it. News. Do they have Cardano? I feel like they don't. I feel like they should. Do they? No, I don't. Whenever I go on OpenC, I think it's usually just the other chains. That's kind of weird. I'm surprised that no one has started a petition for that. People always make petitions for stuff. All right, that's the OpenC news. And yeah, let's move on. Also in popular news, I don't know how to take this news. Apparently, Shiba Inu has ended its relationship with Ryoshi Vision. So for those of you who don't know Ryoshi Vision, and I barely also know, I think Ryoshi Vision is meant to be their Satoshi, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's like this pseudonymous person who exists in the background, or who created the project or protocol, from what I can understand. Leading canine-themed cryptocurrency Shiba Inu has announced that it has completely taken over the Burn portal and has ended its relationship with the Ryoshi Vision team. I assume that sounds like exactly what it is. Shiba Inu was one of those coins similar to Terra Luna Classic and not so much XRP. We don't hear about the XRP coin burn as much anymore. There's another one. What's the other really big burning coin? I don't remember. These coins who are, they have very high amount of coins. There are a lot of coins. I couldn't find like a nicer word for it. Huge circulating supply. There we go. That's the word that people use. And as such, these coins have actually, regardless of the amount of circulating supply, have become quite popular. And in an effort to, I believe, eventually raise the price a lot higher, there are tons of initiatives to burn these coins as much as possible, get rid of them. You usually, you air quote, burn them by sending them to a wallet address that has no exit. Think of think of an apartment that you walk into, but there's no door to get out. Sounds terrifying the way that I put it, kind of a horror movie. But anyway, the point that's kind of the idea. You send the coins to an account and you never can ever see them again. Here's the tweet for it right here. So apparently this definitely did happen. It said, important announcement, Shiba Swap takes over, a burn portal update and fix introduced by SHIB's developer team. And then it shows a volcano with lava coming out and arrows pointing to themselves, one of Shiba and one of Shiba that looks really warm. According to a blog post, the team behind the development of Shiba Inu will host the official burn portal as part of the project's decentralized exchange DEX known as Shiba Swap, rightfully so. Furthermore, Shiba Inu said it is working on additional burn utility mechanics that will be introduced alongside the upcoming Layer 2 network Shibarium. So I thought Shibarium was their metaverse? Oh, no. That's Shibersi, or I think that's what it is. So apparently, Shibarium is their Layer 2, and they're working on additional things to burn it, and a lot of other coins are doing the exact same thing. They obviously want to maximize the amount of coins that are being burned before the next bull run. Shiba Inu is the coin. I think that the price prediction for it through all the burns was to get to 1 cent per coin. Kind of the same exact thing years ago for Dogecoin. The idea is this coin is never going to hit 1 cent. It ends up hitting 1 cent, flies up to 70 cents. Let's see if the same exact thing can happen for Shiba Inu. They said during the coming weeks, and as the portal transitions to being a fully run Shiba Swap platform, our team will focus on communication efforts for the platform with the community. Sure. The Shiba Inu disclosed that it is also working on a suitable way to effectively reward users of the burn portal, adding that it welcomes feedback from the community on how best to implement the solution. I'm actually kind of shocked that at this point they haven't implemented something similar to the Terra Luna people, like where every transaction is burning a percentage of the amount of coins. I feel like that would also, because Shiba Inu, from the news that we've gotten from the last year, seems to just be like there's extra coins that seem to be burned. Like there's that one music label company who announced, yeah, I'm not joking. The one music label company who's announced that they're also burning coins, and something else is happening. Like, I feel like a 0.5% thing, like the Terra Luna 1.2% or something like that, would kind of go a long way. I don't know. I'm not part of these protocols. I'm just sitting here looking at them. But yeah, so apparently the Shiba Swap DEX team has taken over for the Ryoshi Vision team. Is that a video game? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, that's the Shiba Inu news. It's not as much as we used to get before. We used to get tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of Shiba Inu news. Most of it usually being about the burn. But there's also now a Shiba Inu game. There's Shibarium coming. There's the metaverse is happening. There was some other thing. Something else that was introduced or announced a couple of weeks ago, like some brand new fantastic thing. I think they already have smart contracts. They have DEXs, decentralized exchanges. I don't remember. That's the Shiba Inu team is going to be burning Shiba Inu news. All right. Let's move on. Also in the news, German cryptocurrency exchange Nuri, that is Nuri, has closed its business after struggling to find investors. The Berlin-based exchange, with over 500,000 customers, has filed for insolvency, apparently back in August. Okay. After challenging market developments and subsequent effects on financial markets, the company said in an earlier statement, customers have been requested to withdraw funds by the 18th of December, and trading will still be possible before the 30th of November. Christina Walker-Meyer, the CEO of Nuri, said in a blog post, I'll tell you a secret. A couple of years ago, I thought it would be interesting if I started my own cryptocurrency exchange. It wasn't meant as like a vanity project. It was meant like I wanted to really kind of help the space, because remember we used to have tons of news about people trying to make like their own cryptocurrency banks and cryptocurrency so-and-so, and I was like, cool, if I can make another way to have like extra liquidity in the market. Really glad that I didn't, because I can't begin to imagine the amount of stress that I would have if I had taken out multiple $1 million loans to start a cryptocurrency exchange that was kind of going to fail. if you ever look at the actual business mechanics of companies like Microsoft, like Amazon, the really, really big names, a lot of times you can find out, now this is of course alleged, but people have come forward over the years and said, hey, this is taking place allegedly. You find that their business practices basically make sure that they completely obliterate the competition. They make sure that there's not even a ghost of a chance that any other company can have a chance. And I do wonder, with so many of the large cryptocurrency money-making market exchanges that we have right now, there must be something going on behind the scenes, right? Where they make sure that they kind of either absorb other companies or kind of keep any business from actually going to those cryptocurrency markets in general. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I really do always kind of understand that. This is not the first time that we're hearing this news this year. This has happened across multiple different platforms, whether they be cryptocurrency exchanges or hedge funds or whatever the case might be. There are a lot of companies who allegedly did not prepare properly for a crypto winter, a bear market, a seashell market, whatever word you kind of want to throw inside there. Yeah, it's kind of weird to think about. Like, it's kind of like, I feel like there's always so much money flying through the cryptocurrency space, and I wonder what way it could have maximized its potential. Kind of like, remember when we had news years ago that Justin Sun had purchased. I keep using this one because it's one of the most ridiculous ones. Like, you can't hit these numbers and not say it's not ridiculous. When Justin Sun paid $100 million, that is $100 million to purchase BitTorrent, and then made BitTorrent token. And I was like, and then also no one's using either coin or platform. It's not a thing. And then a year later, I was like, I feel like with $100 million, that money could have gone into the actual Tron ecosystem and made Tron a top 5 coin. Like, am I incorrect? No, I'm probably remotely correct, because that 100 million basically went nowhere. I always wonder, like, I think people have aspirations to do things in the cryptocurrency space that don't end up working out. Not talking specifically about this crypto exchange, but it's more like I think logically, looking at how big the other companies are in the space, I wouldn't dare even think of creating a cryptocurrency exchange. It almost makes no sense in my head, because I know that I would need like billions of dollars to actually make it anywhere. So how do you maximize that money? Do you simply like use it in trading? Do you like find arbitrage? Like, what's the best way to kind of maximize it? Even more so, like, a lot of times when you look through, I'm sorry for rambling on, but here we are. I was chatting with a friend before, even about something similar to like $100 million. And I was like, if you had even put that money into just real estate, the amount of money that you would have made monthly from the real estate, whether it be commercial, retail, or, actual, human living, would have been more than enough to sustain a multiple small companies with the rental income from it. That would have been $660. That's $600,000 a month on average in rental income. That seems like more than enough to be able to pay like a team of 15, 20 people. Anyway, the point is, I don't know how I rambled on so long from this exchange, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people throw money around trying to see like if it sticks to the wall, but it usually doesn't for so many of these projects. And I wonder if it's because the other companies are so much larger, there's no real chance of anyone kind of overtaking them. That's the German cryptocurrency exchange Nuri has filed for insolvency, and people have until the 18th of December to take their money out of the exchange news. Yeah. Let's move on. Also in the news, the Vasil Hardgrade, geez Louise. The Vasil update. I'm used to hard fork. That's exactly what it is. It's called the Vasil hard fork. I was like, Hardgrade. The Vasil update was triggered on the Cardano mainnet on the 22nd of September, while full capabilities were deployed on the 27th of September. The impact of the Vasil update is seen as Cardano dApps have recorded a significant increase in user activity, with the Cardano decentralized exchange Muesli Swap growing by 788% alone in the last 30 days. And they have a really weird chart. I don't know what that's supposed to even mean. There's like numbers and things going up and down, and the numbers don't even. Anyway, Muesli Swap, which describes itself as the first decentralized exchange for Cardano and Milkomeda, and the first hybrid DEX on Cardano, launched its Plutus version 2 contracts and liquidity pools on the 5th of October. So the news is there's actually a sprinkle of this all the time. I usually don't bring it to the news because I find it a little weird. So like, you know how people were talking about, here we go. People were talking about that Ethereum's price was going to rise after the merge. Logically, one would have assumed the issuance rate dropped by 90%. Gotcha. And then people online were making fun of Ethereum for not having risen after the merge. And then they were like, well, Cardano's definitely going to do it. And don't lie, because I saw a lot of people talking about it on Twitter. And then Cardano had their upgrade, but also didn't rise in price. So a lot of the Cardano news that's popping up is like, look, people are using it. Whoa, there's 7 times as many people as before. It's not that it's not impressive, but there's so much news constantly popping up that, well, the price didn't rise, but there's still tons of people who are using it, which I don't doubt at all. It's one of the top or largest blockchains that we have out there. So of course people are still going to use it. But I think when it comes to like investing, people will still look at it from a monetary perspective and go, well, that's cool that you have 788. That's a huge number % growth. But they also then want a 788% growth in their money or the price of Cardano as well. That'd be great. Imagine if Cardano went up by 788%. That's a lot of money. Anyway, that's the Cardano, is it decentralized exchange? Yep. Cardano decentralized exchanges have seen that's crazy, 788% growth in user activity since the Vasil hard grade fork. Yeah. Let's move on. Rightio. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you've all been having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great evening. Wherever you are, wherever you might be, I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. If you get a chance and like you're actually looking at the screen, I always wonder, like, these are all like the backed transactions. Like these are the transactions that are waiting to actually go through and be validated. Certain days, like you see how long these lines are. It just continues and continues and continues. But other days, there's almost like no, like, not that there's no network activity, but it's so weird to see like some days it's completely empty, but other days it's completely flooded with transactions. Oh boy. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, commenting, subscribing, and or subscribing. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.